Alright, hey guys, we're back. We're going to do the last little bit of today's stream here where we are going to fly back over to Rambros here over at St. Coinage's Find, which is also going to be where he tells us about the next two crystals that we got to go, which I have to suspect are going to be the Sylphs and the Amalja. Progress your efforts in infiltrating the basement strongholds. Alright, Flawless Earth Crystal. An unblemished Earth Crystal is the main component used in the ritual the kobolds perform to summon Titan. The unblemished Water Crystal is the main component used in the ritual the Sahagins perform to summon Leviathan. So these are the famed Flawless Crystals of the Beast Tribes. I've seen countless specimens from I don't know how many excavations, but nothing compares to these. The purity is astounding. You've done well, Mira. With these in our possession, we lack only the crystals of fire and wind. The former lies in Zaharak, the war camp of the Amalja and Thanalan, the latter in Natalan, the roost of the Ixal in the hills of Kurthis. You can expect them to be as closely guarded as the first two, if not more so. Still, I look forward to receiving word of your resounding success. Oh right, the fucking Ixal. I should have guessed them and not the Sylphs. Alright, let's go to Kurthis first, I guess. Alright, so we've been over to the Ixal area here once before. Nautilin. Actually more Kurthis, Ixal stuff over there, but we don't have to go over there. Really? This dude wants to fight? Alright. His funeral, I guess. Give me that crystal. Give me that. Alright, now we gotta go to Zaharak and get the fire crystal. So I'm wondering if they cut out the other part. I don't remember if it was before or after that. Much of it could be done without though. Like they could have just cut this part out and been like, "Hey, we collected these crystals. Let's go." But no, they're like, "Let's make you go and get these too." I guess it does serve to remind you that the Beast Tribes are a thing in the game, and, you know. Actually, speaking of Beast Tribes, you know what I'm surprised hasn't made an appearance in FF14? The Yagado from FF11. Knowledge of Flame Eater. Imagine that gives you serious heartburn. Alright. Back to Revenant's Toll. Also, I really like the music here too. I know I mentioned that before, but the Beast Tribe areas, like their little cities and that you can go to, all have really good themes, and you don't get to hear them enough, so that's a good enough reason for me to head over there. Yeah, it's good to see you. Tell me, were you able to obtain the remaining crystals from the Beastman? You don't need to read that. It's the same description as the others. Wonderful. With all 4 crystals in hand, we are now ready to proceed to the next stage of our preparations. I hope I did not give the impression that we would be embarking on our journey to the Crystal Tower just yet. Alas, there was another step which must be completed ere we come to that. While the crystals you acquired are indeed flawless, they are of little use to us in their present form. If they are to reflect the elemental forces of the defense towers, they must needs be cut and polished. A process which calls for a very particular set of materials. Procuring them will be a challenge in itself, I fear. Needless to say, I will be requiring your services. Why didn't you do this while I was doing that? If the flawless crystals you procured are for us to retain their elemental purity during the shaping process, a very specific set of abrasive substances will be required. Well, I say substances, but one might just call them one substance, namely aether sand, which is the 4 elemental aspect of varieties. Alas, aether sand is neither common nor cheap. Indeed, it is not unusual for the abrasive to exceed the value of the precious stones it is used to polish. Given the rarity of the materials in question, the Goldsmith Guild in Ul'dah seems the likeliest place to purchase the quantity we require. When I contacted the Guildmaster, however, I was informed that no aether sand was currently available. Though I requested the word be sent as soon as new stock came in, I have yet to receive aught but apologies. I should mention to you the point that I placed the order some time before you procured the flawless crystals. I am well aware that acquiring aether sand is no small feat, of course, and I am not an impatient man. But I fear the more we delay our investigation, the greater the risk that the tower's secrets may fall into the hands of other, less savory parties. That is why I wish to entrust you with the payment for our purchase and send you directly to the Guildmaster Serendipity. Mayhap the presence of such a distinguished personage will spur the guild into action. In any event, it is my hope that when we next meet, you will have found at least one of the 4 varieties of aether sand we require. Alright, so they are going to make me go and get all these ether things. I had hoped that they would learn to cut this part of it out. It is absolutely pointless. Alright. Ah, Mistress Princess, welcome, welcome. What brings you here, if I may ask? The hefty sack of gill was promised to the Goldsmith Guild in exchange for any available aether sand. You're here on behalf of the Sons of the Slain Coinage? Well, what question of time? I was just about to contact Master Rambros with the news that we finally managed to acquire a quantity of fire aspected aether sand. I'm afraid it may be some time before we can supply the other 3 varieties, but you are welcome to settle accounts for that which we have now. Pray, speak with Gemini over there. I do beg your pardon, it seems she's assisting another customer. Come on, there must be something you can do, and without that sand, we'll have to rethink our whole design. I sympathize with your plight, sir, but I expected the ether sand in question is already spoken for. If you'd like to reserve the next shipment, then I would be happy to accept the funds that you've offered as partial payment. Partial? Are you saying it's not enough? I'm already stretching our research budget as it is. I suppose a man can go do without a midday meal for a year or 2. Miro, it's been too long. What brings you here then? Got your eye on something expensive, have you? Well now, this is quite a money pouch. The sound of so many gil clinking together is strangely satisfying, is it not? Calming yet invigorating at the same time. Oh no, you're here for the blooming ether sand, aren't you? Well, I can't deny elegant civilization is a subject worth researching. The chief said he was looking into something big, but we never got to ask him what. Wedge and I have been too busy tinkering with a new airship design to think of much else. Well, I say tinkering. Wrestling would be more like it. Still, after much wringing our hands and gnashing of teeth, we managed to put together a prototype crystal-powered propulsion system. We got the idea for it when we heard how you lot used corrupted crystal on board the Enterprise. As a matter of fact, anyway. To cut a long story short, our design calls for all 4 varieties of ether sand. And that's why I can't just relinquish my claim on this batch here. Even for you, lass. How have we managed to usher in a brave new age of technological innovation if not by technically innovating, eh? And while I hesitate to interrupt such impassioned speech, duty compels me to point out this lady is a representative of the organization that reserved the aether sand in question, to mention nothing of the fact that her voice is considerably larger than yours. Oh, it's like that, is it? Alright, this batch is yours. I'll let you have it. But if you're going to take my sand, it's only fair that you grant me a role in this project of yours. I'll take that as a yes. It's not every day you get a chance to experiment with the wonders of the ancients. With any luck, they'll inspire me to think of another technological innovation or two. Thanks, Biggs. So good, we got one of the 4. The other ones are going to require me to do some other bullshit. Alright, Biggs, what do you got for me? Now then, from what you told me, I'm guessing you'll be needing the other 3 varieties of element, aspect, and aether. It's right? Well then, rather than sitting on your rump waiting for a shipment that may never come, I reckon your time would be better spent looking for the stuff yourself. It just so happens that I know of a good place to start. There's a peddler in northern Thailand who very occasionally handles the earth aspected variety of ether sand. Wedge is in the process of confirming the rumor as we speak. I know what you're thinking. When did my timid little friend decide he didn't need me to hold his hand anymore? The answer being just the other day. Seems he's inspired by a certain adventure's heroic example. I thought he was joking when he volunteered to go to Thailand without me. I just hope he manages to stay out of trouble. Head out to Blue Frog and you should find him poking about with his new bodyguard. Oh, did I mention her? Aye. Wedge thought it might be wise to hire an adventurer to accompany him, just in case your heroic example turned out to be less inspiring than he first thought. Well, I had hoped that this would go much faster, but unfortunately the game has decided that they were going to make me do the full quest. Biggs knocks you out and takes knocks you both out and takes the ether sand. Biggs would wish as he could knock my character out. I'm pretty sure my level 5 adventurer could have killed Biggs. Save your greetings. If you're looking for a higher blade, then you'll have to look elsewhere. At the day I've had, its only company I crave is the squat, silent type. The type that has a handle and holds no less than a pint of ale. Wish to hear my tale? I warn you, 'tis no stirring epic. But as you asked, my employer, a Lollifellan lad, wished to visit a peddler who deals in some manner of special sand. I forget what it's called, but it's apparently worth a small fortune. Anyway, when we arrived, the man claimed his stock had been stolen by bandits. Determined not to return empty-handed, we crept into the bandits' stronghold to set about looking for the stolen goods. Long story short, alarms were raised, rogues were awoken, and we fled in blind panic. I was separated from my employer in the confusion, and I've not seen him since. Oh, a friend of yours, is he? Then you must be prepared for the worst. 'Tis just possible the poor sod may yet be lost in the Emagina mithril mine, but I fear the bandits have caught up with him by now. Camp Blue Frog. I distinctly remembering doing this part of the quest because I kept running into a player named Canna Scarlet at the time. What's a grenade? Oh, that's done. Alright, Wedge. How could I be so stupid sneaking into a bandit's lair? It's just not the sort of thing I do, and now I'm gonna die for it. No, I just need to calm down. I can do this. I can be brave. I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna walk out of here. Here we go. Yeah, I'm sorry. Please don't kill me. I promise I'll never leave and come back. Miro, is it really you? But how did you find me? Can you smell fear? Actually, ignore that smell. I expect you're wondering why I'm here. Well, I'm just in the process of retrieving some stolen ether sand, which Biggs and I need for our research. As it happens, it was, I can see, perhaps a touch foolish and very nearly fatal, but I did succeed in snatching the stuff before my bodyguard ran away and several dozen bandits came piling after me with knives and axes and what looked very much like a plank with a rusty nail in it. Anyway, the important thing is that the stolen ether sand is right here in my... Oh dear. It must have fallen out when I was taking evasive maneuvers. It seems I won't be leaving this infernal place for a while yet. You'll find the ether stand in my stead? Oh, thank the gods, you're a true friend, Miro. I hope the search doesn't prove too troublesome. The bandits don't seem to care much for visitors. Bandits can suck my acid. Dude, why is it taking me so long to pick up this fucking thing of ether sand? It's like a 10-second charge. What the hell? I guess we gotta very carefully pick it up. Mini cat, you're so weird. Wait, is he still in that house? Miro, have you had any luck locating the ether sand? Yes, this is it. I must return to the workshop at once and tell Biggs the wonderful news. What's that? You also on a mission to collect ether sand, and you're working with the chief? A treasure trove of elegant knowledge, you say? I see. Then you should really be the one to have this. Biggs and I are far from exhausting all possible avenues of airship innovation, but it sounds as if your problem can't be solved by any other means. This expedition of yours sounds jolly interesting, I must say. I'm half inclined to join you. In fact, I think I will. Any venture with the chief's time must be worth a look. Right. I'm more than ready to leave this awful place behind, and should you return to Mordona with that ether sand before there are any more little mishaps, make sure to close your eye, keep a close eye on your pockets, Mara. Alright, so we gotta deliver this ether sand, and then he's gonna request that we go get the other ether sand. Now, we still got 15 minutes, so we can probably do that. Like I said, I just want to unlock the first of the raids. Knock that out while we can. I do like the good view we've gotten of the Crystal Tower a few times through here, though. It's a good view. You can see the 8 Sentinels from here, actually. Ah, Mira, you have returned. I take it from your presence that you were successful in procuring some ether sand. Tell me, which varieties did you find? The bandits already have sold the sand to the Monotest. I see, 2 varieties. Well, that is more than I could be reasonably be expected, and 2 less than I hoped you would say. Forgive my flippancy, you've done well. Truly, if all goes to plan, we need no longer fear death by fire or earth. Master Garland, if you so kind as to prepare the relevant crystals. I shall set to work immediately. Truth be told, I've been looking forward to this. One does not encounter materials like these every day. Speaking of which, now, how in the 7 hells did you find them? Mistake me not, old friend. I know only too well how capable you are, but ether sand's not something you simply find gathering dust in the back of a merchant's rare gem cabinet. You had help from Biggs and Wedge? Trust them to design a revolutionary new engine the moment I turn my back. How's a genius meant to rest it on his laurels while his employees are so damnably inventive, eh? And now they're determined to join us, are they? Typical. I jest, of course. It'll be good to have them around. Still, as a matter of professional pride, let's endeavor to procure the 2 remaining varieties of ether sand before they arrive, shall we? Tell me, Rembos, have we any information on where the water and wind aspected types might be hiding? Not as of yet. I have made certain arrangements. We shall soon see if my efforts have borne fruit. Forgive me for observing, but you seem less enthusiastic about the prospect. Is there a complication? I'd rather we discuss it now than risk jeopardizing the expedition. Mayhap an explanation is in order, but first, let us savor the preliminary victory Mayo has won for the cause, if only for a moment. Alright, so we can get materia. We did it. I was hoping they would cut down on this heavily, but they did not. The performance of the ages. Alright. Yes. I must speak of the arrangements I have made to acquire the 2 remaining varieties of ether sand. Some days ago, I asked a Charlene acquaintance of mine to travel to Gridania and there gather the necessary materials. Since that time, however, I've heard nearly a whisper from him. To be frank, this lack of communication is not entirely uncharacteristic, but I cannot discount the possibility that something ill has befallen the man. Alas, we do not have time to investigate his fate. As I have mentioned before, the more we delay the expedition, the more likely it is that the Crystal Tower and its secrets will fall into the wrong hands. Therefore, I would entrust you with the same mission I had set aside to my friend. Travel to the Black Shroud and seek out Parsamoche, the master of the markets in Gridania. If anyone knows where the ether sand might be bought, it is he. Literally has me going all over the fucking world here. Okay. Nope. Where is it? Leatherworking zone. I forgot the Leatherworkers Guild is the one that's right outside the markets. Yes, I'm sorry. Did you have wish to purchase either side? Forgive me, madame, but have you the faintest idea of where the materials you seek? Why, then, not so much seen a grain of me, sir. These markets for many a long year. I can tell you where one might find the ore from which the water aspected variety of the bracelet is derived, but only a desperate fool would willingly set foot in that place. You seem undeterred. Very well. Are you familiar with Earth's gift? That is where the ore is to be found. In an area inhabited by a particularly pernicious hog. You should encounter the Batas nightmare, you will know that you're in the right place, albeit at the wrong time. Farewell! Alright. South Shroud, Quarry Mill. We were just over in Earth's Font, or Earth's Gift. It was where we found Wilred's body. And through the trees we fly again. Why the hell is that wild hog trying to fight me? What? Why are you fighting me? Alright, this is a pretty big hog, actually. He wasn't kidding. You are too late, adventurer, and not only for the entertainment. You will find no trace of ore but recently lay here. Nay, not so much as a speck. Ah, no, you will never spy me from there. For the time being, at least, you will have to trust the evidence of your ears. Now stop squinting at the foliage and listen. As I told you, the water-blessed mineral you hope to find is gone. Taken by me. Victory has made me magnanimous, however. Accordingly, I have decided to share the location of an alternative source of ether sand with you. The wind touch variety, to be specific. I trust you. I have your attention. Good. The band of Ixal in the North Shroud keeps a quantity of the abrasive for the purpose of removing impurities from lesser crystals. Well, do you mean to dally here all day? Make haste, adventurer, before I snatch the prize from under your nose. This is to be a race. The Ixali logging grounds in the North Shroud shall be our destination. That is where the real amusement will begin. May the best man win. Okay, close. Alright, North Shroud. All road floor. I think we're going to go to an area that we don't actually usually go to. There's a lot of fates in the area that you would go to back in the day. Yep. But it's a pretty interesting area. I do gotta say. It's an area that I'm like, why the fuck do these do the elementals allow this thing to live? These guys to live, given the elementals don't want anybody in that they don't approve of. But anyway, the dual hand. Anyway, it's a big logging ground. You got like fallen logs and whatnot. Like, looks pretty cool, eh? Look at that. Anyway, they're just cutting down a bunch of trees, and you know they're stopping to stay here. Ah, Soil Seer. This guy sees Tiamat. Before and after she soiled herself. Wind-touched ether sand. Bravo! That was quite a show, adventurer. Why, the spectacle proved so enthralling that all thoughts of ether sand slipped my mind. I appear to have forfeited our little race. Congratulations, the wind-touched abrasive is yours. And yet, having been treated to such a memorable performance, I cannot help feel that the greater prize is mine. This inequity must not stand. I insist that you accept a token of my appreciation. Payment for this entertainment will be waiting for you to the east, in a clearing within the Proud Creek. Pray, retrieve the gift ere it is crushed beneath the feet of the Dullahans. What about the sand-touched ether winds? That's a good question. What about that indeed? Hey, Chocolo. Look at this, guys! We got the water-blessed ether sand! Not what you were expecting. I took the liberty of refining the ore from Earth's gift into an ether sand. Do keep it safe, adventurer. Lest you accuse me of playing games, you should know that the thought of relinquishing my prize never once crossed my mind, until I saw you in action. Such deeds must needs be rewarded. It is my vocation, you see, to record history as it is made by mortal men, and I much prefer to chronicle the accomplishments of the bold and the mighty. Thus, it is my fervent wish that you continue your career with the same courage and zeal you have shown today. We shall meet again, adventurer, and sooner than you may imagine. Jeremy, how do you feel about sand touch? Being touched by sand? Man, I hate ether sand. It doesn't get anywhere and you can never find it. Show you on the doll where the sand touched you. What news have you missing? Are we any closer to acquiring the remaining abrasives? You've bought both? I saw Master Garland begin to work on the crystals immediately. If you name the character Anakin Skywalker, you have the sand by default. Ah, that should do the trick. Oh, look! Excellent work! We now possess all 4 of the Fangs required to pierce the Crystal Tower's defenses. My compliments, Master Garland. Oh, it is a trifling matter, I assure you. Nero here is the one you should be thanking. Anyway, by my reckoning, there's nothing stopping us from striding up to the Allegan's front door. You can't go without us, Chief! Biggs, Wedge, come to lend a hand, have you? Well, it's not every day you get the chance to study the wonders of the Allegan Empire, is it? The technology makes Garlemald look ancient. I appreciate your enthusiasm, lads, I really do, but we're not here to take this knowledge for ourselves. Twice in the last decade, the promise of unimaginable power has prompted men to meddle with technology they do not understand, and the realm has been dragged into the very brink of oblivion on both occasions. We shall not be so irresponsible as to risk another. Wedge, do you recall our company's creed? Yes, Chief, it's freedom through technology. Exactly, freedom. When we forsook our homeland, we swore that we would have no truck with machines that could be used to promote tyranny. That has not changed. Should you feel tempted to break your oath, remember this. The wonders of the all-knowing Allegan Empire could not save their civilization and have damn near doomed ours. Twice. That is why we must explore the Crystal Tower and, if needs be, seal away its secrets. A compelling viewpoint is it is unyielding will such as yours that have defined the course of history. Oh, it is I wasn't him that said it. It's this guy. So you return at last. What, pray tell, has kept you wholly preoccupied that you could not spare a moment to inform me of your progress of preservation? Why, the task you assigned me, of course. Surely you have not forgotten about the ether sand. I tasked a passing adventurer with delivering it. A more capable courier I could not imagine. He's got very interesting eyes. Greetings, adventurer. Did I not say we would meet again? I believe an introduction is in order. I am Grahatia, one of the students of Baldessian. I look forward to joining you on your groundbreaking expedition. Hey look, Jeremy, it's one of the scholars that keep... Graha has been assigned to the project as an observer. I hope you will forgive him his eccentricities. and welcome him as one of our own. So then, our fellowship is complete, and all stand ready to step into the unknown. 3 cheers for Noah! Noah? Ah, that is the name I've chosen for our little collective. Given our differing backgrounds, we cannot very well call ourselves the Sons of St. Coinage, can we? And we must have a memorable appellation for our adventure to leave the mark in the annals of history. I could claim that Noah stands for Nominated Observers of Artifacts Historical, and so it does, technically, but my true reason for choosing the name stems from the fact that it is shared by a vaunted Allegan Archmagus. An Archmagus? I like the sound of that! Gives him a thumbs up. Very well. Now, with the pressing matter to call ourselves been settled, it is time we set forth to brave the outer defenses of the Crystal Tower. Is everyone ready to depart? Ready! Lands on the ground and immediately breaks both his legs. Alright, Grahatia. Labyrinth of the Ancients. Alright, this is what we're looking to unlock. Esteemed colleagues, the secrets of the ancient Alec beckon. Let's not keep them waiting any longer, adventurer. You and I will join the engineers at the Crystal Tower's main gateway. There, we will endeavor to neutralize the structure's outer defenses. Rambros, meanwhile, will remain here and oversee the operation. Given my knowledge of Allegan history, it seems logical that I should lead the expedition itself, though I admit the role does not exactly befit my status as an observer. Still, we can but make use of the resources at hand. Assuming all are in agreement, let us proceed forthwith to the large, lopsided gate found to the southeast. Alright, so you just have to run through all of these. There's actually a bunch of, like, Gigases here, which are, like, cousins, I guess, to the Hecatoncheires that you fought in Calpurgo Mines. Here's the lopsided gate he was talking about. Whew. The Crystal Tower lies beyond this portal. Now comes the interesting part. Sid, you are the only one number who has crossed this threshold. I ask that you take the lead for the present. It's cool that you can see the Keeper of the Lake from here too. That they don't forget that that's actually there. I say, the energy radiating from these statues is palpable. Lucky for us, that is. One might otherwise stroll past them. Feast your eyes on the elemental defenses which prompted our lengthy preparations. These sentinels prevent would-be intruders from advancing to within 20 yalms of the tower's inner reaches. No matter how swift they may be. Happily, the crystal fangs we took with such pains to craft should spare us the inconvenience of instantaneous annihilation. Here, allow me to demonstrate. Chief, it's too dangerous to allow anyone else to risk his life testing one. Quite right. I made these damn things. It's my job to see that they work. So in the original Final Fantasy IV, you had to collect a variety of fangs throughout the game, tied to various elements. And they did the same thing they did here. They disabled the sentinels leading up to the Crystal Tower. Success! I, for one, am convinced. Friends, ready your fangs. Biggs goes to do it, dies. Wedge, distraught about Biggs doing it, dies. The last one is yours, old friend. Seemed only right. I remember that. Look at that, guys. We bested the 8 Sentinels. We sunk in our fangs and we won. Aha, we did it! So much for outer defenses! Indeed, the entrance to the tower is near at hand. My blood fairly sings with the anticipation. Speaking of blood, I have a proposal for the next stage of the expedition. I suggest we wait here while Miro and a hand-picked party of her adventuring companions enter the tower. What? Without us? I thought we came here to survey the entire structure. We did, and we will, but our investigations must proceed at a more measured pace. If the outside of the place is well defended, you can imagine what awaits us inside? Only a true hero could reasonably hope to brave the hazards ahead and live to tell the tale. Miro here fits that description better than anyone I know. And it is not as if we shall abide idle in her absence. While Miro and her companions are risking life and limb to beat us a path to the tower, we can set about analyzing this rubble and evidence of how its technologies function. Your knowledge of ancient lore will be invaluable in that endeavor, historian Grahatia. But, do you ever tire of being right, old man? Miro, as it seems I won't be accompanying you, allow me to at least provide some instruction. The maze that surrounds the base of the tower is known as the Labyrinth of the Ancients. During this ancient initial foray, I suggest you concentrate on ridding the place of hostile elements. When you are reasonably certain the maze is secure, contact me via link shell and we shall join you post-haste, no matter what Master Garland says. Though we would prefer it if any relics you encounter remain intact, you have leave to do whatever is necessary to secure ingress to the upper levels of the tower. Fortune go with you, Miro. Alright, that's what I wanted to unlock. Took a little longer than I thought because they decided not to cut any of that superfluous nonsense out of the quest. Labyrinth of the Ancients. Alright, so we have to do this. Now this is a 24-man raid. It is the first Alliance instance that we've come out with. We're not going to do it right now, but I'll run up here. We will read this to you. With the help of Sidnon Garland, members of the expedition of the Crystal Tower have successfully penetrated the defenses of the 8 Sentinels. The ancient Allegan structure is not so easily entered, however. The Labyrinth of the Ancients now awaits the Fellowship of Noah as they seek the ultimate prize. Alright, YouTube, we are going to be ending here, so I'm going to stop the recording. Thank you very much for viewing.